Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. I think I need to turn the light on. All right, maybe I can see now, and I found my glasses. So, good morning, everybody. Let me just make sure this is streaming out here. How's everybody doing? Come on in and say hello when you do come in. And as it says on your screen, share it out. Share, share, share. And let's get this party started. Okay, Annie Banani, I see you shared it out. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Hello, hello, everyone. Okay, let me get back to the show and see who all's in here. Thank you so much, Annie, for sharing it. Andrea Gregg, good morning to you. Hello, hello. It's a bright and shiny Thursday morning here in Colorado. So I hope that you have the same wherever you are. Pat Moss, good afternoon to you, Pat. Okay, so hand on the heart. We're going to do a heart brain coherence here. Kathy Hand, good morning, sweet one. And Kathy, I hope you're feeling better this morning. So let's slow down the breathing. Slow down everything, the mind, the breathing, the body. And if you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you are not, closing your eyes helps you to focus. Focus on your heart. Focus on love. Focus on that feeling of belonging, being here with like-minded people. Just think of something that makes you smile. I think of all of you when I do the heart brain coherence. I think of how loved I feel just being with you. And then put that smile on your face. Our Marietta says, a smile is spirit magnifying incredible loving energy. And she's so right. Oh, good morning, Auntie Jean. Yes, I've got the clouds behind me. Good morning, Brookie. I'm so glad you're here. Hope. Hi, sweet Hope. Thank you for sharing. Suzanne, hello, hello. All right, let's see what the angels had to say last night. And it was called Not a Lost Cause. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. Those are lyrics from a song by an artist named Jelly Roll. If you're not familiar with Jelly Roll, he has really touched my heart lately. And I got to get some voice so I can read this for you. Every so often, a song comes along that touches something so deeply inside that you know the person who wrote it has walked through hell and lived to talk about it. I have heard the song Save Me by Jelly Roll several times now, but today as I watched him perform it, the tears wouldn't stop. I don't know his entire story, and I don't need to, because it's all in that song. all the hurt, all the hopelessness, the sadness. When he sings, I'm so damaged beyond repair, I can resonate with having felt that way many times in my own life. Dear angels, the hurts in our lives can be brutal at times. We can take those opportunities to grow and plow through the fire, or we can let it consume us. There were times when it was all I could do to get out of bed and put one foot in front of the other. Those moments are scars that have shaped me. What I realized is that while I was praying for someone to save me, it was me that needed to step up and save myself. I haven't forgotten what it feels like to be at that low point, but that only makes it possible to understand and empathize with others who are walking through their fires. Dear ones, your life is full of experiences. Your remembrance of each of them is important in your spiritual growth. The despair teaches you contrast and developing inner strength. The joy and triumph teach you gratitude and the importance of perseverance. Together, you learn about the role of balance in your life. When you feel in balance, you remember who you are and where your strength comes from. You know without a doubt that there is nothing and no one outside of yourself who can save you. You are never so damaged beyond repair that you cannot find yourself again. Dear angels, today I promise to remember that I am my own superhero. Good morning, Sally and Tony. And Sally says, today I am grateful for life, my breath, and Jelly Roll. Me too. I am so grateful for this man. And I was hearing him talking about this particular song called Save Me. And he recorded it on his own before he had a record deal. And he put it out on social media. And before he even realized what was happening, over 200 million people had seen and liked that video. 200 million people that were resonating with those words of, I'm damaged beyond repair. It just says something, doesn't it? Doesn't that tell us something that there's a lot of hurting people out there? There's a lot of people that are relating to these words that don't, I'm a lost cause. And it it just made me realize that those times when I felt that way, I wish I'd had a jelly roll to sing to me and to say, you know, they're all of us are out here doing the best we can with what we've got, but don't give up on me. Um, Leo, good morning, good morning. Deirdre, hello, good morning. And Kathy says, congested and cough, but going to work and doing my best to fight off the illness. Unfortunately, the smoke from the Canadian fires is on its way to us again. I am so sorry to hear that. And yeah, I got some congestion and cough stuff going on myself and trying to kick that. Catherine Kovacs, good morning. And Kathy Hans says, Jelly Rolls has had many great songs. He's very talented. He is extremely talented, but more than the talent, he's real. He's real and raw, and he comes from the heart. And to me, that's what I want to listen to. I want to hear somebody that's got a story and somebody that is going to share themselves, which he does. He lives his life out loud. I that's what I do, and um, I can appreciate a singer who does that as well. Sally says, I get a lot of clients who are experiencing this in my life and spiritual coaching. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of hurting people, and you know like the angel said, use that. We can either use it to propel us forward in our growth, because that's what we're doing. We're here to have experiences, we're here to learn from what we go through, or we can just say, yeah, it got me, and let that fire consume us. I choose to persevere myself. I choose to keep going. And yeah, there were times in my past when it was so hard that I couldn't even see daylight. But, you know, we put one foot in front of the other and keep doing that. And eventually, we have a life of gratitude, especially when we just start listing things like one thing at a time. What are you grateful for today? And yeah, Catherine, he did. He won some awards at CMA this year. And I'm so glad because he is talented and he is raw. And if you don't like cuss words, don't listen to him because that's part of who he is. You know, he's an ex-convict and he tells that story and he comes from the heart. But what I read yesterday was that he's helping to bring music into some of the facilities, the prison system, to help with, especially with young people, to help them to rehabilitate. Um, Sally says, my eyes are so bad with burning, and I'm back to my inhaler 4 to 5 times a day because of the fires. Yeah, I know it's bad. So let's blow it away before I get up there because I don't know if I have empathy coughs or this, but I've had this cough for a couple of days now and it's going away. I am determined. I am setting that intention. And Catherine Kovacs, grateful for all my friends and for the play. Thank you, Catherine. We're for you too. And Auntie Jean says, if you need a good cry, listen to him sing. Yeah. He even cries when he's singing. I love that. I love that because it means he's feeling it. He's got uh, he's got the feels for it. All right, so I don't have my Kuan Yin deck in front of me, but what I do have is Rumi on my phone. And so I said, okay, Rumi, give us a card, give us a message this morning that we can all use to lift us up. And the Rumi card is the Cosmic Heart. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I am kicking it to the curb because it's not good. Whew. And I think that was a lot of what was going on with me. Was feeling this yuck that needs to get out of here. All right, the Cosmic Heart. I was dead. I became alive. I was tears. I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. I love this card, and boy, does that go right along with what we're discussing right now, the cosmic heart. And my phone's going to make noise. Okay, try to get rid of that. And Sally says it shows his level of compassion. Yeah, it really does, and he does have compassion, and you can hear it in his words. I don't know. I just really love listening to what he has to say when he's on the stage, as well as the words of his songs. Kathy says, like Pink and some other artists, they have stories to tell and lessons to share. Yeah, and we all do. Not all of us have beautiful voices that we can sing and people listen to us, but we all have stories. Yeah, we all have experiences of things we've been through. But what I want to hear is how you triumphed. What happened after that fire? What happened um, that brought you through it? What was it that got you through the fires? And, sometimes we don't have anybody for support. We don't have anybody there giving us an "atta girl" or "you got this." Sometimes we just deep inside. That's why I say that we're our own superhero. And when we just really feel that, when we get in there and we say, okay, it doesn't matter that I'm here all by myself. I've got me. That's one person. And if we have one person that we know cares, if we can show that care and concern to ourselves, just as we show it to other people, then we can make it through any fire, no matter what it is. So I'd love to hear some of your stories, some of you that have really been there, that have had your feet on those hot coals, and what happened, what brought you through. And I know for some of you, you have shared with me that this family that has developed our P's for Peace, all of us here in the Pea Pod, this has helped you get through some of your hard times. And I want to hear your testimonies. And I've asked if anyone would be willing to give testimonies about how being a part of this for the last 3 years has changed you. How has it helped you in your life experience in those things that you've gone through? And maybe you were at a point of giving up. Maybe you were at the point of saying, lost cause. There's nothing anybody can do to help me. And then you found this. To hear some of these, if anyone's willing to give it to me, um, I would love to just see what has happened, and just to for all of us to hear what has transpired with each other as far as making it through. You all have helped me tremendously, just being here with you and hearing your love and seeing what you share. It's helped me to make it through the days. And there's times when I get up and I don't want to be here. I just I just want to crawl back under the covers and pull them up over my head. And then I go, no, I need this. I need this time together. And Deirdre says, I love that quote from yesterday's blog. Kindness is compassion in action. That's what it is. It's showing what we feel. When we actually feel something inside, then and we feel it strongly, it's going to come to the outside. Thank you, Deirdre, for reading the blog. Auntie Jean says, did you see where someone threw their mother's ashes on stage with pink? She didn't quite know what to do. Hmm. No, I didn't see that. But I love Pink. I just, her stories are incredible as well. And her compassion, listening to her talk, sometimes it brings tears and emotions because she is so strong. And even the strongest person we know, which she's one of the strongest people I know, they have those times when they go through the fire, and they just have to stop for a minute. And that's the way that I deal with things, and that's the way I encourage the people that I coach to deal with it as well, is to hit the pause button. Just take a pause, step away, become the observer. So if you find yourself at that point of maybe not being a lost cause, but being confused, um, feeling maybe like nobody cares, or whatever the fire is you're going through, you're like, oh my gosh, it just keeps happening. The hits keep coming. I encourage you to just pause and step back and just look, just see what's going on and how you're responding. Because, sometimes we respond to negative things or things that aren't so pleasant. We respond in a way that just keeps spiraling downward. instead of pausing and saying, wait, what am I thinking? I got this. I got this. And if I can't pull myself out, I know there's somebody that can help me. And I'm going to reach out to somebody that I know will help me. Deirdre, you will give a testimony. Thank you, Deirdre. And Kathy says, personally, my faith, upbringing, and this family plays a major role in my life. Absolutely. That's your support. Oksana, good morning. Haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm so glad you're here this morning. And she says, I missed my P family. Well, we missed you too, Oksana, and I hope you're doing well. Rick. Good morning, Ricky and Josie. Sally says, my whole life is a testimony. I met so many wonderful peeps through here who have supported and lifted me when I was down through life situations, through spiritual growth, and with self-doubt. Don't know where I would be without them. Well, we're so glad you're here, Sally, and I'm glad that we connected years ago. I've known Sally online for many years, and so happy that you're a pea in the pea pod, you and Tony. And Kathy says, I really want to write it down for you, Teri. You know me. I need to be able to sit with it to pray that Spirit guides my writing. Thank you for that, Kathy. And Sally will give a testimony. Thank you. Jennifer Langren, good morning, sweet one. How is South Florida these days? I'm sure it's hot. It's already hurricane season, way into hurricane season. And so it's usually very hot this time of year and kind of rainy too, I think. All right. So, any more gratitude before we go into a prayer time and a meditation to really bring us into our heart, to bring us to that place, like Rumi says, really. I want to read that message again from him. The Cosmic Heart. I was dead. I became alive. I was tears. I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. I love that. I heard yesterday, or read, I think, that Venus is getting ready to go into retrograde. Now, I know that there are certain planets that when they go into retrograde, it doesn't feel so good. Like Mercury, we all know what happens when Mercury goes into retrograde. I'm not really sure what happens when Venus goes into retrograde. So, if somebody's aware and knows what that's all about, please share because I'm I'm intrigued by astrology and I know that there's a lot to it. Scientifically, there is a lot to astrology, but I don't know it well. So I know that we have planets and they do their thing, and then when they do something weird, it affects all of us. It affects our energy. So if anybody knows what Venus retrograde is all about, please share. And it's 90 degrees in South Florida. Oh boy. All right, Jen. Well, I don't know what kind of predictions they're making this year for hurricanes, but I'm just going to intend that it's not going to be a bad year. Auntie Jean, that card describes what our family does for us. It most certainly does. Yeah. Okay. Oksana says, yes, thank you. I chose to take a second job on the weekend and other changes came. It took me a bit to balance my new schedule and make sure I have some time for myself. Yeah. The angels talked about balance yesterday. That's what the message was all about, is making sure that you keep balance in your life. So I know sometimes it's necessary to take on the extra work jobs, but it's also necessary for you to take care of yourself. So I'm glad you're finding that balance, darling. And Sally says it brings upon the emotional side of life. We will be releasing and healing our emotional wounds. Okay. Well, I think it's already started because I've been very emotional. I was sitting here bawling yesterday listening to Jelly Roll and listening to him talk about how touched he is that people listen to him, listen to his music, or are interested in his music. And somehow I got on a page that showed his concert tour. And so I said, well, maybe I'll go to a Jelly Roll concert. Wouldn't that be fun? Anybody want to join? Let's just all go to a Jelly Roll concert and encourage him and lift him up. And I clicked on the ticket, and it was like $29. That's unheard of for somebody that really is that talented um, and puts himself out there. So, yeah, I might find one that I can go to. I know he's coming to Michigan, but I think it's not going to be while I'm there, Sally. But he is going to be in Florida while I'm there. So maybe a Florida Jelly Roll concert. Oksana said, yesterday, before my day began, I just realized I can just step into my highest, happiest, wealthiest, healthiest, kindest version of myself. And that is exactly what I did. Oh, I am so happy you did that. Yeah, I did a lot of reflecting yesterday, a lot of meditation. I needed this downtime. I really did. I don't need to be sick, but I did need the downtime. And that's what my body and my spirit were telling me. Like, okay, you're going to just be still for a few days and let your body come back, let your energy come back. And that's what I am doing. I am choosing to be still and know. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting the prayers in. And Catherine DeSanti, good morning, sweet one. Hello, hello. And Jean Lorio says, bring the Kleenex. Jean, I think he's coming close to you in Texas. I can see you going, but I'll see you doing this too, because he does use some words that you might not want to hear. Catherine Kovacs. Yeah, I was looking at the one in Tampa, Florida, Catherine, and that may be a possibility. So who knows? We may be going to see Jelly Roll this fall. All right, so prayer requests. What's going on in people's lives? Haven't checked my messages this morning, but I did see there was something from Blue, and I think she's going through something really difficult right now. So um, let's lift up our Blue Jean. She's not on here, but I know she's here in heart. And let's surround her with love and compassion and just let her know that we're here. Whatever it is that's happening, we're here for her. Anybody else? I've asked prayers for my brother-in-law, Tim. He's having to make a decision about surgery. I'm going to reach out to Billy today and see what's going on with that. Sally, I'm meeting people who have been in tears for a few days at a time. I'm saying extra prayers for those who are coming through this part of life growth, holding space for you all. Yeah, I know there is a lot going on in our family, isn't there? So let's lift everyone up. That prayer list is long and it keeps getting longer, but that's okay. It just means we care. It means we have compassion. It means that y'all trust that we are going to do what we say we do and lift you up in prayer every day. And there's our Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia, and for all who live on her back. World peace and attention to human trafficking. Thank you, Deirdre, for that prayer. Catherine says Michael's mom is not doing well. Please lift her and Michael up and pray for me too, going through some challenges. Yeah, going through some of those fires. Well, know that you don't have to go through them alone, Catherine. That's why you're here. You're here to let us love on you and to let us say, we got you. We got you through this. Oh, thank you, Auntie Jean. Yeah, he has to make a decision about surgery, and it's not an easy surgery. And it involves the legs and mobility, but if he doesn't do it, then yeah, it's just going to get worse. All right. So, any other prayer requests? Go ahead and put them in there. Anything that I need to add in to our big list, I will do so. And any celebrations, anything that has happened with those on our prayer list that are exciting, and maybe there's been some great recoveries, let us know that as well. Okay, let's go into our hearts for just a few minutes, just remembering who we are, remembering all of those experiences we've had in life. Just take a moment to realize we've come through some doozies, right? We've come through some things that maybe we thought would take us out. There were some things that I know in my own life that were exit points. That could have been it for me. I could not be here right now, but I am because I'm supposed to be, and because I said, yes, I'm going to stick around, I'm going to persevere, I'm going to be here because I have a huge mission while I'm here in this body, and I love it. I love every minute of what I do and going forward in life, putting one foot in front of the other. So just take a moment in your own life to just appreciate that you've been through a lot. You don't have to think about everything, and you don't have to go back to every experience of when you were walking through the fire. But just appreciate that there were fires. Appreciate that there were things that you didn't think you'd make it through, but you did, and you're here. Celebrate that. Celebrate the wins in your life. So right now, let's just go into gratitude. I am so very grateful for every experience I have had. I needed all of those experiences. They shaped me. They made me who I am. This person right here in front of you today that has been down the wrong road, made the wrong decisions, made wrong turns. But I still came out on the other side. Somehow, by the grace of God, I was able to keep going. So in your own life, just show gratitude. Gratitude for who you are as that person who's been shaped by your experiences. Let's just take a moment to feel that. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Whatever your belief is in a higher being, just give gratitude. I choose to call it God. It's a personal God to me that helps me every day through whatever decisions I have to make. So whatever your belief, right now, just shine some gratitude on that. And these prayers that we lift up, just ask they be seen, that every name on that list be heard, be acknowledged. Whatever the situation is, whatever they're going through, that it be answered and resolved for the best and highest good. And we may not know that. We may think we know what's best, but we don't know the whole situation. We don't know the whole story behind each of those people that are on our prayer list, but we pray for them. We put them up to the universe, and then we let it go. So let's do that now. Let's just lift everyone who has asked for a miracle, everyone who has asked for a prayer to be answered, whatever that looks like. Let's just send all of those prayers to the highest being that is, and just ask whatever it is that's needed, whatever it is that needs to happen, or that needs to be received, or energy that needs to be shifted. We're just asking for some hope, asking for things to turn around in people's lives that maybe they don't know where to turn or what to do. Just asking to be seen and heard. And we lift each one up. And this family, our P's for peace, let's lift each one to be guided in your own heart, in your own life. Whatever your nudge is, whatever your thing is that you're guided toward, just ask for more clarity. Ask, how do I show up in this world? How do I accomplish what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, this mission that I feel inside? How do I accomplish it? Because you're not alone. If you've been given a challenge or you've been given a mission, you're not going to be given something and then just dropped. There's always going to be guidance. So for every one of you and me, I'm lifting us up, asking for us all to receive clarity, for us all to be able to search our hearts, that maybe there's things that need to be purged going forward. And maybe that is the mission, is just to find ourself, our full, beautiful spiritual self as we walk on this earth plane, as we walk on Gaia's back. And then we just trust. We trust, we have belief that everything is working perfectly and that we always can come back to our hearts to find answers. Let's lift up our planet, this beautiful Mama Gaia that we're walking on. There is so much that needs help right now. So many things that are happening in nature, so many things that are happening with conflict, with war, with battles. Let's pray for peace. Peace among people, peace among families, peace among nations. So I'd like to ask that each one of you, no matter where you are, just lift up your leaders, lift up those who are making the decisions for your country, wherever you are, for your state, for your city or your town. Just lift them up right now. You may not know who they are, and that's okay. You can just ask those who are in government, those who are making decisions that affect all of us. Ask that they be directed to look at how to make it a more peaceful world, how to make it a world that works for all of us, that we all can get along in. And let's just take a moment. Just take a moment to do that. And then shine love from your heart. You may not like that person that's in control. It's okay. You don't have to like them. We're directing love toward them. And love as Kuan Yin says, is the energy that heals. So let's heal our world. Let's heal relationships. Let's heal our own relationship with ourselves and with God. That feels good. Thank you. Thank you for taking a moment to do that. And then, oh, our Marietta's here. Thank you, Marietta and Charlie. Thank you for coming in. So then, we always end our show showing love to each other. So let's do that now on the count of 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Thank you. I love you. And let's get that love flowing in here. I'm going to see if there was anybody else that put someone in the grid. Isabel, good morning. And we have love flowing from our beautiful Andrea Gregg. Thank you. And that's right, Marietta. We were talking about you earlier, calling on the AAA and knowing that everything is working perfectly and smiling. And our Catherine has her gratitude and love. Charlie Coons, glad you're here with us, Charlie. I'm lifting you up today, Charlie. I think you have a checkup on maybe the finger that you had to have stitches in. Auntie Jean, thank you. I love you. Ricky, I hope you're doing well. Ricky and Josie, thank you. We love you so much. Jennifer Langren, thank you. I love you. Isabel, Deirdre. Oops, it's not going to let me show yours, Deirdre. I don't know why. Jennifer and Sally and Tony, love you. Good morning, Blue. There you are. We just had to talk about you to get you in here, didn't we? And Blue says, we love you. Well, we love you right back. Brookie, thank you. Oh, you missed the appointment. Okay. Well, I hope you're doing well and that everything is recovering the way it needs to, Charlie. And Ricky, you're doing better than yesterday. Awesome. And Brookie, we love you. We love you too, Brookie. And I hope little Maxwell is doing good. Leo. Charlie, you're a little out of it lately. I know. But let's turn that around. Let's get that to where everything is working perfectly. Blue, you had to go to the fun lumber yard this morning. Well, fun. All right, you guys, I love you so much. And let's see, I think our Deirdre gave us our words to take us out of here. We're going to scroll back a little bit. No, I don't see them. It was Jennifer. Okay, and I got to sneeze. So I'm going to say goodbye, y'all. Namaste. I love you so much. Stay in your hearts and stay blessed. And I'll see you later.